Hello guys, welcome again to the channel. Today I want to discuss with you some news that are related to Germany and Ukraine and the cooperation that is taking place between these two countries. So the one that firstly called my attention was this piece of news from RT. If you're not familiar with this site is called Russia Today and is blocked in many countries. The YouTube channel that was there, it is now completely blocked, I think, in every country. So what they are saying is that there was an interview between Zelensky and a reporter from a German newspaper, and it seems like Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was answering a question from him after. This is the question that he asked. What was the worst thing he had heard in recent days? And the answer was that someone, a EU member state leader, this is what they say. They don't say who was it, but considering that he was in Germany, I mean, this interview, this interviewer, this journalist, I will guess that it was probably some German leader. This is my guess. He didn't mention. He refused to name the official. That's what he said. He refused to name the official. So I'm guessing someone with a clear mind asked him for something that is, I think, very very normal, asking to provide proof, provide proof that the events in Bucha didn't have any tainted aspect to them, which is very easy to do. Just open an official investigation, send a team of neutral people who can do this kind of forensic investigation and provide the result. But this was immediately cancelled when Russia requested this kind of investigation officially in the United Nations Security Council. And this request was submitted two times, and the two times was cancelled by the chair of the United Nations Security Council, which at that time was the United Kingdom, in case you didn't know. And why they are asking him to provide proofs? That's because whenever there is a crime, you are supposed to provide proof. This is like in even in the small individual realm or in the state realm, is always necessary to provide evidence. So you need to prove, and if you are accusing someone, the proof lies on you. You need to prove your accusation that it takes some merit, and this is what they have so far refused to do. So what I guess is that we will probably never know what really happened, but it doesn't matter. The Western media has already decided that Russia did it, and there's not much that anyone else can do to prove it otherwise. Nobody is going to hear any common sense in this, so that's what it is. So it was probably an interesting interview, and then later he was mentioning something about Germany. They say that Germany has some apparent lack of enthusiasm for tougher sanctions and against Russia. And he says he was quoted as saying some countries, and Germany is among them, are against an oil and gas embargo for obvious reasons. They are not going to shoot themselves in the foot when they depend on Russian oil, Russian gas. How are they going to provide some kind of embargo against Russia? they're just being practical. And what Ukrainian president is asking is something that they will never do. They will not do something that will jeopardize their own economies, which they already have done up to a certain extent, but probably they didn't consider that it was going to be so harming to the economies, you know. And he was somehow happy that the EU's fifth round of sanctions contains coal and timber. And then he was also mentioning this thing that Germany is not willing to provide weapons, and he was saying that Ukraine will not become a NATO member state. So he's trying to cover his position by issuing this statement, not jeopardize whatever peace talks are taking place at the moment, and somehow is criticizing Germany, openly criticizing Germany, and that's what the essence of this. And let's dig a little bit more into that. This is related to the statement from Zelensky that Germany is not being more involved, and this is some declaration that Germany is not going to send any more weapons for Ukraine. So this is what they are saying. They are saying the weapons we have are for our own country's defense, and we're not going to send any more weapons from their own stockpiles. That's what they use. But the funny thing is that they say they don't have any spare weapons. It seems like they say they have reached a limit, you know, and they need to be able to ensure their own defense. And then they say if they need more, they could buy it. You know, they could buy it directly from German manufacturers, which they of course are unable to do, which they are in a conflict, armed conflict, and they basically are saying that, okay, we will support you up to a certain point, and from there on, if you need weapons, buy them directly from the companies that are making the weapons themselves. So that's it. What I wanted to say, and somehow I see that the Germans are having some kind of restraint in their behavior. They are not being as openly provocating Russia's reaction as some other countries are doing, like Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Poland. Poland is definitively taking the most aggressive position, which they are allowing a lot of these weapons to be brought into Ukraine through Polish borders. They are providing training for Ukrainian forces. So this is really the highest level of provocation coming from a EU country, and probably the most dangerous thing about this is that Poland is not only a European Union country; is a NATO member. So I'm very suspicious about all these things that Poland is doing. Like it seems like again, again and again, this is what the Western powers are doing. They're using Poland as a pawn. They are trying to provoke another reaction from Russia, and they're using basically Poland as a proxy to provoke Russia. They want to poke Russia until they get a reaction from the country, and this is not going to end well for nobody. So, but they keep doing it. They keep trying. Nobody can say that they are not trying, and I don't know what is the end goal, other than bringing destruction and mayhem for everyone in our world. So that's all I wanted to say. Let me know in the comment section what your opinion about this is. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them in the comment section below this video. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. and I hope to see you again very soon. And that's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching.